Okay, so you all will have heard by now that Jim Ratcliffe, who is the part owner of Manchester United Football Club and one of the richest men in the UK, has come out and said that he reckons the UK is being colonised by immigrants and that we can't afford it. And you probably also know that one of the richest men in the UK is doing a hell of a lot of heavy lifting there because he's not actually in the UK. He's an immigrant himself. He's a tax exile living in Monaco, where he ran away to a few years ago after promoting Brexit and deciding that he didn't really want to pay the billions worth of tax that he otherwise would have owed to the British state that could have supported our public services. And most likely, if you're being shown my video, you have also seen some of the many brilliant fact checkers who have gone and looked at the numbers that old Jim has put out there about immigration and about the contribution that migrants make, and pointed out that he's totally wrong, both on the numbers of immigrants themselves and on the idea that they are a cost to the taxpayer, because in fact, immigrants make a net contribution to the economy. And with respect to the fact checkers, actually there's no point in checking these facts, because the people who want to believe this shit, they believe this shit anyway. They see what they want to see. They see brown people on their high street and they want to believe that this is what's really happening. I think it's more important that we actually talk about why the fuck the irrelevant opinion of some racist is making headline news all across the country. Because you're perfectly entitled to be wrong in your opinion, and unfortunately you're also entitled to be racist. And racist boomer men who are wrong about immigration are to a fucking penny in this country. So why is this opinion getting so much traction? Well, for a start, Keir Starmer has come out and demanded an apology from Jim Ratcliffe, because Keir Starmer is obviously deeply offended by racist lies about immigrants that portray them as being a drain on public finances, which is why Keir Starmer's own Home Office Twitter account put out just 2 days ago the exact same lie right here that you can read. And we're all waiting for Keir Starmer to ask his own Home Office to apologise for spreading racist and divisive lies about immigrants as well. But really, it's great for Starmer that this has become a story, right? Look at Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage finally got something to say. He's been real quiet the last few weeks, hasn't he? And the media, they're also way more comfortable talking about, well, is this racist or is this actually true? That's a conversation they fucking love. All of them, every single last one of them. They are so much less comfortable with the conversation they've been forced to be having over the last couple of weeks. They are uncomfortable with a conversation about how rich and powerful men have been manipulating our democracy and chumming up to paedophiles and are at the top levels of our government, and the media never held politicians to account about this, despite it all being in the public domain, both about Peter Mandelson's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein and with the more recent story about Labour promoting another mate of a paedophile into the House of Lords. And of course, the politicians themselves are way more comfortable talking about immigrants than they are talking about the corruption and the dirty, disgusting money that is permeating our politics, that is feeding these backroom deals, that is feeding these private contracts, privatised water. Mandelson had his fingers in that. Obviously, Palantir got his fingers all over the Ministry of Defence. The government doesn't want us to be talking about that. The opposition doesn't want us to be talking about that. Nigel Farage has got fuck all to say about any of that, because he's as implicated and every single one of them is as bought as the last one. And our media is super uncomfortable with that conversation too, because our media is also owned by billionaires. So what's happened? Jim Ratcliffe, good old Jim Ratcliffe, he's given us all a great opportunity to go back to talking about what the media wants to talk about, what politicians want to talk about, which is immigrants.